Hello. How's everybody doing today?
Well, we are here to celebrate Ron's birthday. Happy birthday, Ron.
Everybody reminded me it's my birthday.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you. If you big surprise, there's actually no substance today. I just wanted everybody to be on live and wish me a happy birthday. So as soon as you all do that, just type it in the chat, happy birthday, then we'll let you get back to your day and we'll be out of here.
That now nice. Cute. Oh, that's so cute. Thanks, Nakia. Look,
yeah, thank you.
Nakia. Now keep the substances and stay put, okay?
Okay, all right.
That'll work for you.
Thank you. So, hey, folks, I appreciate everybody being here. If you don't know me, my name's Ron Ray, and I run the group home care agency growth.
I think it's home health agency.
Home health agency growth. Okay, I run it. Don't know what it's called. And a YouTube channel by the same name. And I'm going to tell you just a quick little fast agenda about what we're going to do here. I'm going to tell you about myself, and then I'm going to introduce you to our guests, and then we're going to get into the substance. So my name's Ron. Again, I just told you that. And I own a home care agency, a non-skilled home care agency in Texas. And I started it this year. I started the process of starting the company last year, made a decision to do that in about March last year, maybe a little bit earlier than that, right before, the rug got pulled out from under us with COVID. And so we're just kind of hanging out and just waiting to see what was going on. And then finally got the process of getting licensed completed and got my license in March of this year, 2021, and got started. And so in that year period of time, I was learning a little bit about the business, not really doing anything. I did go to a boot camp that was provided by the consulting company that helped me with my licensing. And that was really good. Got to meet a lot of good people there, a lot of smart people, a lot of people that are experienced in this business. And that's about all that I did. And so the way that I was learning the business was like a lot of people learn things now is just consuming content on the internet, YouTube and Facebook groups, and found a couple of people on Facebook, I'm sorry, on YouTube that had some good things to say, what I thought were good things to say, and started just kind of doing what they were telling me to do, which was things like, get your business cards, get your website, get your Facebook page, buy your keychains and your stickers and your pins, and go out and go talk to case managers at hospitals and social workers at nursing homes. And so I did all of that stuff. I spent all of that money. I did all of those things. And then when we got our license, we still could not walk into a hospital, even in Texas. You can't do it. You can't walk into a nursing home. And so who am I going to hand a keychain to if I can't get in front of anybody? So I really was not in a good place, mindset wise, business wise. Now, fortunately for me, I'm blessed to have another business that is doing well. And so I've got the resources to support, my efforts on the home care side with my insurance business. So that business makes good money, and that's where that was going. But that's where we got started. So just again, looking around, finding people, and I found another Facebook group. There's lots of home care and home health Facebook groups out there. Some of them were more helpful than others. Most of them just end up being spam traps. And so you'll figure out which ones are more helpful. And that's, I kind of started mine to be the anti-spam trap Facebook groups. It's the kind of thing where there's really no self-promotion allowed, only educational content. So there's some people in that group that are vendors, that sell goods and services to home care operators, but they are not allowed to post anything without providing some sort of educational content along with that post. So it's not just, hey, I build websites for home care, DM me for more information. Those people get banned right away. There's none of that allowed. Yeah. And so I found another Facebook group, which the name of it was Home Care Overbooked. Right. And so you're looking at the two operators of that Facebook group. And I found them very intriguing. I lurked around in their Facebook group for quite a while. They kind of followed me around, friended me on Facebook, and we're doing what I know from my experience in the insurance business to be all the right things. If you want to market on Facebook, they do it the right way. And fortunately, I already had that kind of knowledge of how to market through social media. Never once did they say, hey, DM me for more information. Right? They were replying to my post with helpful info and encouragement and doing all the right things. So I finally did join on one of their webinars. I contacted them. We spoke. They have a very good vetting process, as do I. And I bought their program, and it's changed my life in the home care world and in other areas. So I'm very proud to have them here today to speak with you guys. And here they are. I'll let you introduce yourselves.
Awesome. So this was super fascinating, by the way, Ron. And
there's some details that I don't know that we actually knew
exactly
about the beginning.
Exactly. I love the progression in like I went on YouTube, the advice sounded good. I applied it and it took me nowhere. So Home Care Overbooked was our initial branding. It's now Home Care Marketing Secrets. I love that you captured that. This is like our origin story.
Yeah.
This is so awesome. And I'm seeing our people so awesome. Hi, Nakia. Hi, Jinesh. Hi, Shani. So good to see you guys. Say hi so we can see who's here, because we can see the participants, but if you can say hi on the chat, we'd love to see who's hanging out with us. We're super excited to have both communities come together. My name is Dr. Yasmin Sharif and
Tyler Upsall.
And so we are the founders, like I was mentioning, of Home Care Marketing Secrets. And we are also the founders of the coaching program, Nonstop Client Referrals, that is dedicated specifically for home care and home health business owners, so that we basically help them set a solid foundation to market their business and get ongoing and qualified client referrals for their business. So that's what we do. And a lot of it was fascinating. So Tyler, do you want to tell about like the origin story before our coaching? Basically, how we help our people. It didn't start with coaching at first.
Sure, yeah. We started out actually running ads for home care agencies to get them clients directly, people calling in to inquire about service for their loved one or for themselves. And this worked really, really well. And then COVID hit, and we had a lot of cascading issues from that. Either agencies were scared and they're bringing in the finances. So they're cutting, ironically, one of the things that gets them more business. Hey, Lola.
Lola, so good to see you.
But we started a community, and we were initially going to teach, right before COVID, we were going to teach how to do this and use Google Ads, actually. But the traction went down, and most of the questions were around offline marketing. How do we do these connections? And so we dove in. We took on the challenge. We had an initial group of people that we worked with and tested things with. And out of that was born a smaller program and then a bigger program. And eventually we realized that just watching some training, even if it's good training, is not enough. You need a community. You need people who've been there, done that. And then stuff comes up that you couldn't have anticipated. So,
all the time. Yes.
So the coaching was born, and our community and our private community was born, and brings us to today.
Yes, including our connection with Ron.
That's
so right. I'm seeing questions here. Yes, Movet, the meeting is going to be recorded. You should have automatically the recording sent out to you. And we're gonna say hi to Rob, Monica, Juliette, Kima, and so awesome to see Lola and Willie. Okay, yeah. So I try to go back out and back in. So awesome, perfect. How was that for an intro, Ron?
That was perfect. Yep. Just what I expect from you guys. So, I want to just quickly talk about why we're here today. In my group, and I do follow the other groups too still, there's so many questions, 10 questions a day about how do I get clients? How do I get new people, new customers, and more specifically, private pay? Because I don't think if you follow the steps and get credentialed and certified and licensed and everything you need to do to get Medicaid or work with insurance companies, I think that is much easier, and you can probably get a lot more clients. But what's the problem with that? Well, the problem is that there's no margin in it. There's no profit margin, because in Texas, Medicare pays less than what I have to pay caregivers right now per hour. And so there's, strings tied to it and extra steps and hoops that you have to jump through just on a day-to-day basis. So, kind of the gold standard for everybody is that private pay client that is just going to pay you what you want them to pay you for you to provide your services and not have to jump through the hoops of your state Medicaid program or an insurance company's requirements, to file claims with an insurance company. So you can get a lot of clients that way, but you're working really, really hard for not much, if any, money at all. And that's not a sustainable or enjoyable business model. So I hear that question all the time: how can I get new private pay clients? And I just want to tell everybody, hey, I've got the answer. These two people that you're looking at right here helped me turn on a faucet of private pay clients so much that I had to actually turn it off, because I can't hire enough people to keep up with them. And I'm not exaggerating. Now, I'm not this big, huge agency. We've got a handful of clients right now, and all that I can handle at this moment, considering the job market that we're in. Not that that's really an excuse, but that's just where I'm at. My other business is getting very busy with the Medicare season. So we just kind of just turn the faucet down a little bit. And but if you want to turn that faucet on, they've got the secrets. And the big secret is there's really no secret. The way to do this is networking and getting to know the referral partners in your area that are going to refer those to you. So I don't want to steal too much of your thunder, guys, but that's the big dirty little secret. Is it's not a secret. Everybody knows it, right? So your hospital case managers are getting hit up 5 times a day from a hospice company, from a home health care company, a nursing home, a non-skilled home care, a DME, right? And so what are they doing? They are extremely busy and overworked at their own jobs as it is. They don't have time to talk to you. So it's very, very hard to get to those people. And it doesn't matter whether it's a hospital case manager or a social worker at a nursing home or whoever these referral partners are. And so you've got to make sure you stand out from the crowd and get to them in a way that they're not used to. That is kind of in marketing, we would say it's a pattern interrupt. So you interrupt the pattern that they're used to get them to go, hey, who's this gal? Maybe I need to talk to her. And so that's what Yasmin and Tyler are pros at teaching people like you how to do. So I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you, Ron, for these awesome words. And yeah, we're super proud of you. And we've just, for everybody, we love Ron. We love working with Ron, and you're in a great community if you're part of his community.
Absolutely, because we are part of the community, although a little bit more we're hands off, but we observe him actually putting in the effort and the intelligence and the experience to answer his people's questions. So you absolutely are in great hands. So it's Home Health Agency Growth if you guys are coming from Home Care Marketing Secrets.
So let's get into it. Let's just get into the meat and potatoes here. One thing that I know I made the mistakes, but I'd like for you to kind of help other people understand is there's some things that you're told to do that you probably shouldn't. So what are some things you probably should stop wasting your time and money on as far as marketing a home care business goes?
Yeah.
I want to do like a little, chat poll for our people. Can we? So we're going to tell you guys like 4 avenues you should not be starting your marketing with. Okay, that's not where anything will come to you. So there may be things that can be nice to have, or things that you shouldn't be doing altogether. We're going to talk about those, but. You guys, can you type in the chat? So we're gonna let's do. Okay, so guys, who used door hangers? Type 1 if you use door hangers, and 2 if you haven't used door hangers. Okay, Shani. Okay. Oh, quite a bit who have not actually invested in door hangers.
No, I've never done door hangers.
No door hangers.
Okay, that's
I used to
surprising.
do those when I would get stood up on insurance appointments. Leave a door. Say, hey, you were supposed to be here. You're not here. I'm here and you're not. So I already have a bad affinity to door hangers.
Are we kind of
Negative affinity. I don't know if that's even a thing, but.
So, postcards. Who used postcards? Type 3 if you used postcards, 4 if you have not used postcards. Okay, Kima used, I'm seeing 4s, so not used postcards. Okay, Chris, one time.
Chris says one
time. just for me, the time to learn a lesson. Okay, awesome.
So I did not use a postcard, but I did send a letter to quite a large list of people that are already in my database.
And so were there like end clients?
So there were a lot of insurance clients and old insurance list.
Okay.
I had already had some sort of touch point with in the past.
Okay. I'm super tempted to go there and like ask Ron how that worked out, but
well, I can tell you, we sent out close to 3,000 letters, and I got 1 phone call.
That is a very interesting insight on the. I actually was going to ask you guys, for those who used the postcards and the door hangers, how did that work for you? And so, because the majority have not used those, I'm going to ask the other one. So, do you have others in this one section?
Direct mailings, mailers, flyers. We've heard of people poking letters in under windshield wipers.
Mm-hmm.
Guerrilla marketing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that book, by the way. Not good at all.
That doesn't surprise me.
Kima sent 750 postcards out and not 1 response.
Yeah.
Lola said she did all of this stuff before, or she did it with the postcards before attending our sessions, and it didn't work. Okay. All right. So, okay, it's not an enormous group. We're like 26 right now. But we can tell you from also experience outside of this group that it's actually an actual insight. So this is one of the areas we recommend you guys to stop putting your money and time on. So we're talking about direct to consumer marketing with marketing materials. So you use marketing materials like postcards, like even the good ones, even the brochures, because we love brochures and we love rack cards. They're nice and they stand out. And if they're designed well, they're awesome. But so if you use any kind of marketing materials and send them directly to the end client, no go. Catrice, she can't hear us. I'm like giving advice. If you can tell her that okay. So so essentially, if this is just imagine yourself, and this is crazy, guys. We have like this nearsightedness and blindness, where we expect people to behave differently than what we do if we were in their shoes. When you go to your mailbox and you see advertisement, like how many times have you taken business from something that you got in the mail or that went intrusively into your home or wherever? It's ultra rare. It's actually super satisfying. It's like, oh, I have so many responsibilities. I'm gonna toss out everything that I can. It's like, okay, this vetting process. First thing that I'm gonna remove is all the commercials and advertisements. So this was number one. Tyler, did you have anything else to add on that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if you have good targeted messaging and you can actually get people to pull it out and look at it instead of lining the trash can with it, it's your target audience is hard to have a nice targeted audience because you're sending to some list or a community. And a lot of times we would try to send to a community in the age range, demographic that we would want to help. And they may be actually the ones who are resistant to having help, and it should go to their kids, but you don't have a list of where their kids live. So it just is incredibly, it's not, some people have had some success, but they've had to spend a lot of time and money disproportionate to the results they're getting. So yeah, your audience is going to be extremely hard to find if you're trying to go directly to the consumer.
And even if you go to targeted places like senior living communities, like, guess who else had the same idea as you? You think that your little marketing material is gonna make you stand out? It will not. So it's a combination between the right targeting and then standing out. So which marketing materials to directly to consumers will not do for you. So that was... let's discuss what works, please. Yes, we're getting there. Okay. Number two. Okay. Who tried cold calling? Number one, if you tried. Number one, if you haven't tried. Cold calling. Like, yeah, you got guts, man. It's like cold calling is not easy. Whoa, you guys. Okay.
Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3 people who did, 4 people. 4 who have not.
Oh my God.
And you mean cold calling end users, right?
Well, it can be both. It depends who you have.
I guess I would have to probably say one then, because we've cold called referral partners, potential referral partners. We do not cold call end users.
Gotcha.
But so was it with the intention to actually start doing your marketing, or was it a soft, information collection?
Oh, no, it was, hey, I've just opened up a new home care company, and can you please send me some business?
Ooh,
right.
Okay.
So that didn't work out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because again, they are, that's the 4th call they've already gotten that day from somebody with the same message.
Yeah.
Good point.
Absolutely. So who tried going and visiting with donuts, cookies, candies and stuff?
Yeah, this
and
be
keychains.
Like hospitals, any kind of place you were hoping to get.
So Ron did that. Okay. Wow. All right. Okay, everyone. Oh, we hear that a lot, you guys. Yes. So did you guys get business that way? Ron? No.
Nope.
No.
It's It's great. Let's establish it out there. If it's not working out for you, you're not alone, and don't feel like there's anything wrong with you or that you're the unluckiest person on the planet. Okay, so let's just set the record straight. So see your peers. Okay. Okay, awesome. So this was number 2, cold calling, or basically cold visiting with donuts and keychains. Number 3, who invested in a website thinking that all of their leads problems are going to be solved? Website, guys. Yes.
1, 2, 3 yeses.
And did you guys have hope
4,
that
5.
by putting the website out there, your business was legit and you're going to start having calls? Did you feel that way initially? Yeah.
Clinton just fired them. Chris came with his franchise.
Okay, all right. Which franchise are you with, Chris, if you don't mind me asking? Because we worked with a few. I didn't have hope it would generate revenue, more as an informational resource. Okay, Nicole. Okay.
That's a good one.
I think that's the right expectation to have.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not what you're pitched by web designers, right?
Yeah. So it's a fantastic frame. So here's what we wanted to say about it. So Chris says he's with Happier at Home and they could use our help. So the thing is, a website is indeed a nice resource when people want to find you. Have been an internet entrepreneur for 24 years. For some reason, Rob, I thought you wrote for 24 hours. So like, good job,
little different.
Exciting. Yes. So people
Rob said I
we
wish.
must have a lot of stories. So yeah, people, and it's okay. This is all of us felt that, where we like are super proud of our logo. Which, by the way, guys, if you're just putting your logo, don't put LLC in there. Like, no one cares about this. Side note. Side note. I've seen that so much. Proud about your logo, your like domain name, and then website, obviously your online presence. And like, don't go just yet, or like, or no, don't put it live yet because it's not ready. As if like people were like waiting to just go and hop and then visit the entire thing. As soon as you put it live, you're like, life is looking very much the same before and after that website is live. What's going on? And it's because a website doesn't do anything without traffic. Okay, so you have to have someone to tell you that, okay, once you build a website, you have to have a strategy to bring people to it. It can be through online ways, or it can be through also offline ways to bring traffic to it. So
yeah, look, a website can produce business, but what we need to understand is that it's a longer term game. You've got to have a lot of elements. Kim's logo has LLC. You got to have a lot of elements on point. So not only do you have to get people there, Rob says SEO, it takes a lot of work. Yeah, it takes either a lot of time or a lot of money. And then once they get there, you've got to have a compelling message. It's got to be written right. We're not saying don't have a website. Like Ron said, it's a great informational resource, but especially,
and Nicole too.
Yeah, if you're just starting out, or your goal is to ramp up those clients, this can be a longer term method, but we're not. If you haven't bought a website, you actually don't need one at all. It's a nice to have, and I wouldn't spend a lot of money.
If you were to prioritize your investments, if like you had a list, I would not put website anywhere near the top. Yeah. So,
yep.
So Lola is asking, website is part of doing business. So again, there are nice to haves, but we're talking about ways to get your private pay clients, you guys. Okay. Yeah. So Tyler walked you through the value chain. And then at some point when you have a compelling message, people hopefully are going to call you. What is also generally missing from people who actually put all their eggs in the website basket is the fact that they don't have a sales process. So you get someone who's usually kind of a cold lead. And then you have to know how to handle that phone call. You have to know what to say. And hint, it's not answering questions. And so we like go on and on about that to our people. But really, so website without traffic and a sales process is not a marketing strategy you should be investing in at first.
Yeah. So I wanted to, before we go on, I wanted to answer Lola here. Website is part of doing business, though, isn't it? It's true that in some people's mind, a website legitimizes your business, kind of how business cards used to. And so we're obviously we're not saying not to get it, but I'll just share that there are a lot of highly successful home care agencies who either have a super minimal website or none at all. So nice to have, not a need to have. And if you have a limited budget, there's a lot better places to put your money.
Mm-hmm.
So
awesome. And so the last one, number 4, you guys, I want to ask, like, genuinely, and we're admirative of people who really, get their hands dirty. Number 1, if you tried online advertising your business, like either on Facebook or Google or wherever. 2, if you haven't. Anyone tried? Whoa. Okay. Nakia, Nicole, Zekia, you guys. Okay. That's impressive because, Patrice, I'm so happy you can hear us.
This is beautiful. Everybody has at least tried.
Yeah, absolutely. Monica says this is the first thing they did. Rob, waste of time, I assure you. Coming from the internet marketer, you guys, this is fascinating. Yeah. Okay, what was your what was your experience, guys? And we also have quite the background. Like, we have an online marketing agency, and we were specialized for a while in home care. Ron, have you tried yourself ads because you've got your team?
Yes. So I did care.com. So we signed up for that, obviously, because that's what you're supposed to do when you start a home care agency. And right. And I may be getting that wrong. So I learned that lesson in one of our
masterminds.
One of our mastermind sessions. There's a big difference between care.com and caring.com. I still don't know which one's what's better, but either way, you get the idea. Facebook ads. I do a lot of that on the insurance side of the business. I did not do much with Facebook except just some exposure type engagement ads for the Facebook page. And Google My Business, just setting all that infrastructure up.
So for any paid advertising, I was really curious. So Nakia says, I don't even know if anyone sees all the ads I post. I just get a bill. Oh my God. Okay. Sharika says, I didn't acquire any referrals, and care.com put me at the bottom of their long list. Yeah, Zekia agrees with Nakia. And then Nicole says, I utilize Facebook for recruiting, and it has worked well for that purpose only. Okay. So Catrice says, broader reach to caregivers, not really clients. Oh yeah, that's a really great point. When we do run ads, and so, which is a great thing nowadays, but it does attract caregivers. So you guys, we've been there. So Tyler and I personally touched the dashboard of these advertising channels. We took super in-depth coaching so we can do it well for our own clients. It's not easy, you guys. It's not easy. And so when I see people taking on the responsibility of doing it themselves, if the result is subpar, it's not surprising.
Yeah. And the number 4 category of things that you should avoid, especially if your budget is limited or you're starting out, is we labeled it DIY online marketing or ads. But I love that care.com came up, because any of these there are challenges to that, and I won't take up time in the interview to explain it. We do have the why behind why those are not optimal on a training we did in our free group. And I just wanted to mention that if you guys want any more info or you want to pick our brains on any of the things we've talked about so far, you are welcome to reach out. So
absolutely. But okay, so do you guys feel less alone, and do you feel less self-esteem issues? No, I mean, like, truly.
It can be
I do.
Okay.
I do. And you know what I find very interesting, guys, is that the things that you listed and the things that everybody just typed in the chat and that they've done or not done, and literally nobody that typed anything in the chat nobody was successful with any of those things.
Mm-hmm.
But all of those things that you just mentioned are the exact same things that the YouTube coaches tell you to do.
Mm.
Okay. Yes. So
I find that very interesting.
A meta advice, you guys. So when you receive when you're hearing recommendations or advice from someone, just like research their qualifications. Ron is ultra thorough about this. Like, I learned yesterday or 2 days ago, I learned that he actually made sure that my PhD is an actual PhD. I was like, oh my God, I don't even know how to research that stuff. So do your due diligence, guys. So you don't have to have someone who has certifications, but they need to have results. And significant results, not just like applied to like one time kind of fluke kind of thing.
I was going to say, just having results for their own agency, it's impressive and it's important, but realize this is one person, their personality, their region, their connections. It doesn't mean they don't have anything that can help you. They may, but just because they've had success in their area does not mean it will scale or work in your area.
Oh, the type of personalities was amazing, because you guys, Ron, I don't know how he looks to you, but he's an introvert. I don't know how Tyler looks to you, but he's an introvert, like formerly hyper shy person. And so it's a really fascinating process to work with all types of personalities. It's not like a cookie cutter. Everyone comes with their own belief system, and then resistances and blocks, and then it's a fascinating process to work with that in mind, to do these things that may be daunting, like networking, So anyways, all of this to say, I forgot like where we were at.
Well, we've gone through some of the main things that Ron, as you mentioned, are most commonly recommended and actually are not very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, you can see here from the answers of these people, they're the most often recommended things to do, yet they actually never work. And there's evidence here from everybody on this call. It's not worked for anybody that's tried it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love Nisha here is hitting on but what does work?
Yes. So
here we go.
And so to be fair, and I was gonna say that, to be fair, like if you take any one thing and then like take the 30,000 foot view and half-ass it, obviously, and you don't have the best practices, it's not gonna work. Even what we're recommending, if you don't do it well, people may say that it doesn't work. Okay, but yeah. So to be fair, okay, so. But like objectively, truly, these are not things that are sustainable or like good foundational elements. We're going to talk about how to build your marketing foundation.
Nisha said, "Sorry, please. I communicated improperly. No, we really appreciate that you're pressing for what works. No, it's all good."
Okay, Sharika says, I tried contacting hospital social workers, hospice in several areas, Facebook, etc. I'm hitting all the roadblocks. And so, yes, let's talk about what works, how to get private pay home care referrals, and our exact specific 3-step process that we teach our mastermind students.
Beautiful.
I think we're over time anyway. So
are we over?
It was great talking to you guys.
Oh,
Yep, that's all our time, folks. Hope you enjoyed it.
Say happy birthday to Ron
Happy
before you go.
Yep, I'm out. Taking the rest of the day off.
What's this? Oh, there we go.
Okay, so let's answer everybody's big question.
Yes.
What works? How do you get private pay clients?
So,
And specifically, how do you get them without spending all your time and money on all these things that don't work?
Yes.
Ron gave you a big hint at the beginning of this interview. So we are all for helping our people. We're teaching them how to build their own referral network, having their own referral partners, and having their own referral network. So that is the big picture. Okay.
Yeah. That's the not so secret as Ron mentioned. But how do you implement it? And that's where we want to share the 3 keys that we've found to be critical. And Ron also mentioned even trying to connect with them. They're getting hit up by 12 other home care agencies and other different businesses that are all going for the same clientele. And so there are several approaches that could work. The one that we found is the absolute best. It works regardless of your personality, whether you're an introvert, extrovert.
Starting out, have been around the block for a while.
Excellent point.
Mm-hmm.
Is to send a personalized letter. So it would be a lot to go into. We've got actually a full training on how to do this in our free group, but I'll give you the high points right now. They're the keys. You need to know about your referral source. Don't send this letter to the business name. Take some time to get to know about the person you're sending a letter to and make it personal. Okay. What else on the letters without taking everybody's time?
So just to back up for 2 seconds. So we talked about a 3-step process. This is the first step. Okay. So we're not doing the entire thing based off of a letter. Okay. Just so you know, this is just how to break through, how to stand out.
Nice.
Yes. So business is done between humans. It's not between 2 businesses. So definitely contact humans and be personal. And if you haven't read Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, the summary in there is that people love to, that we get interested by them or to make them talk about themselves and how to solve their own problems. Okay, so it's super important that you place yourself as a value add, as a solution provider. Okay, so and this is where you need to do a little bit of research. So we have researched quite a bit of referral sources that are very relevant for the home care industry, and interviewed people in those areas and saw what was important to them, the kinds of things that they were facing, the kinds of language that they speak. So we're not just there and saying, okay, if your clients need home care, everyone is saying that. And it's not actually, this is not the value add that we're talking about. Okay, so the value add is really, it can be really subtle, but speaking their language and positioning yourself in a way that they would understand and see that you actually took the effort and the time to understand where they're coming from is going to go a long way.
Yes. So, go ahead, Ron.
Well, I was just going to just agree with that. That's something that I think really makes you stand out. The fact that you speak their language, so you know what their challenges are, and you can put it in terms. You can let them know that you know in terms that they understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're not saying, "Hey, I help people with activities of daily living." It's something like, hey, I know this is a problem that you're dealing with at your specific hospital, and this is how I help you improve that situation.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Perfect.
Beautiful. And I love that you mentioned it's not the whole process. It's the tip of the spear, so to speak, or the foot in the door.
Absolutely.
Rob says telling is not selling, meeting a need is. Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. And so I mentioned that there are many ways. The letter is what we teach and have great success with. The overall principle is, as Dr. Yasmin said, connecting with real people and solving real problems for them, or trying to help them with their problems, the challenges that they face. And it's about relationships.
Mhm.
Okay, so being personal. Letters is a great way to open the door, but the real key there is knowing the people you're reaching out to and being personal.
One last thing. We're not going to ask for business on that first touch point. Okay, so we're going to have a call to action to actually connect. And you guys, you know who you jive with, you know your style, right? You don't want anyone in your life, whether it is personal or business. So we do tell our people all the time, you are the prize, and you are vetting people. So we're not gonna just go ahead and then say, okay, I'm up for grabs, like go take me and then give me all the business that you have. So we there's going to be an exchange, okay? So trust that there will be an exchange. You will have things to give. So we're going to have that mindset when initiating, when connecting with those referral sources. So your call to action is going to reflect that. We're not going to just ask for a business before we know that we're going to work together.
Yeah, beautiful. And I would mention too that if it seems daunting, because there is a lot to consider there. I mentioned that there is a lot to talk about, and there's more explanation on how to do this, but it would take up another interview or two. If you wanted to pursue that avenue and you want some help, you may reach out directly to us.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was number one, you guys. So we're going to so that was the first step in the 3-step process, okay? And so we're going to want to meet or talk to the person. Number 2, what's the second step? So the second step, Tyler, you want to talk about?
Certainly, yeah. So the second step, once you've made a connection, okay, you've been personal and you've got somebody live who's interested in talking. Again, it's not time to say, can you send me some business? Not just that, at least. What you need to be doing is having a reciprocation of value, okay? They think about why would they want you in their lives, and realize that you're wanting value from them. You need to give value back. This can be in a lot of ways. One of the easiest ways to do this is to ask, what do they need? And there are some relevant questions you can ask. If you make it, think about it and how it pertains to what you can actually provide. If they need therapy and you're not a therapist, that might be too general of a question, like what do you need?
Mm-hmm.
But be ready to provide value back. Okay, find out what it is they need. And when you guys have a value exchange, that's also, we would call that an energy exchange. This is key, and it's going to set you apart from 99% of the people who are reaching out and just saying, here's my donuts and keychains, please send me business.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, donuts and keychains are not the value we're talking about.
Beautiful.
So yeah, it's
beautiful,
super simple.
And so you may be tempted to think that you don't have anything, depending on the stage at which you're at, but there is always something. We have one of our students, he just started, and it's fascinating. So she's doing everything. She's on point. She gets a call from a potential client, private pay in her area, dream area, and she may not be able to service them because she doesn't have caregivers and so you may actually have referrals yourself which is like the highest point of exchange. It could be like you sending referrals, but it doesn't have to be just referrals. So at any point in time, you will likely find yourself in a position where you can give referring, knowing the right person, having pre-qualified a person that you could refer the referral to is a value add. So
Absolutely. So what, and then so we've given 1, which is connect and be personal. 2 is provide value, make it an exchange, not just a one-way ask. And number 3 is
follow up and stay top of mind. Okay, so follow up and follow through. There were promises exchanged. We have to deliver on that, and we're going to want to stay top of mind, not by asking every time for business. Okay, so we're not going to ask for business every time. We have personally collected ideas, like 40 plus ideas of things to, like ideas or excuses to use to show up in your referral partner's life. And you know what? Oftentimes, our students build such a beautiful relationship that it's like professional friendship. They actually call each other. And we were interviewing one of our graduates yesterday, Melly, and she was telling us that she decided to take time off, like first vacations, since basically she started like really doing the work and her marketing. So she graduated end of February or March with us, right? And so it's beautiful. She's doing amazing, and she has a bigger agenda for her business. And then she's calling her referral partners to tell them that she'll be off for a couple of weeks, or I don't know how long she's gonna go for. And they're like, "Oh, girl, take the time for you. Of course, we got this." And they're always here for her. When she had emergencies, they were like, "Anything you need." And then as soon as she was back, they would send her the referrals on her desk. So this is the kind. And then she as a result, doesn't have much resistance at all. Actually, just picking up the phone and then saying, "Hey, how are you doing? I was like doing this, and I was thinking about you." And vice versa. We have Dawn also, who told us that 2 of her referral partners called and just asked about her.
Yeah.
So it should be easier than what you may feel. Okay, it's not like you're calling some corporate person. So stay in their radar, but have creative excuses and nicer excuses, so you don't like come across as, "Oh my God, what does this person want again?"
It's a really great point. If you've done everything we're recommending up to this point correctly, you've developed a relationship where you can just pick up the phone. And I love the point of not asking for business every time. Just don't, call it and check in on them and provide value. But if you, like I said, if you've done everything right up to this point, that part is easy because you've made a very personal connection.
That's right. Yeah.
And so, Ron, have you experienced yourself where you establish an amazing relationship and trust, and then they actually connect you with other like valuable contacts?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I've got one of my best DME contacts came that way.
Yes.
And because that's really I think that's really the power of your program is how to, what do you call it? Cross-pollinating.
Yeah.
Right. So you kind of, your network builds, through these, second and third levels. And then you just, hey, you need a wheelchair. Hey, I got a guy.
Yes.
Oh, you need a speech therapist. I got a gal over here. So that's what really makes you a valuable resource in the eyes of your referral partners, because think about a discharge manager, everything that they have to do to get somebody set up to be discharged from the hospital. They have to call a home care company. They have to call a DME. They have to call a speech therapist. They have to call a physical therapist. But if they could just call you and know that you're going to take care of all these other things because you've already got the contacts, who do you think they're going to call first?
Yes.
Exactly.
Summarized so beautifully.
Yep.
Ron gave a beautiful case study of how this works at its best. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes. So we do have like a bonus key that does help boost results.
So
you-
number 4 would be like a bonus, like what's going to skyrocket.
So I'm seeing Tyler's.
Do you see my excitement?
I'm seeing there's something going on, and I didn't catch. So in the agenda of today, okay. So is everything so far making sense, you guys?
Yeah. How are we doing, guys?
How are we doing? Did you like grab some things that you'll be able to that you can see are different from what you're doing right now? Eliseo says yes. Nakia, yes, taking notes. Oh, Nakia, you're awesome.
Good job.
Nicole, great
info
info so far. Yes,
Nakia,
awesome.
yes.
Super glad it's helpful.
Hey, I don't know if this is a good place for some. We got some questions from the Facebook group.
Oh, sure.
I think we answered one of them. What are inexpensive ways to stand out amongst home care agencies in my area? And I think that's what we're talking about here is actually zero cost.
Yeah.
Just that personal contact, right? Or what, I don't know, what does it cost to send 50 cents to send a letter?
It costs your time and dedication.
Your time and effort, which is something you have when you're starting out in business.
Mm-hmm.
You've got more time than money.
Right.
Right.
Good point.
And so, spend your time on things that are going to save you money. And then eventually you'll have more money than time, and you have to, do something you have to adjust.
Yes. I love that.
Right.
Perfect.
And so let's see another one. There's a mindset question that I want to get to, but I think that'll be in after you give your bonus point.
Nakia says, I love this. I'm happy I joined. Oh,
all right. Great to hear that.
Okay. So Ron, you're in charge here. You want us to give the bonus?
Yeah, go ahead. I think with your bonus secret there. And then I want to get to that mindset, because that's another thing you guys have really helped me with. Was a bonus to me. I wasn't expecting the emotional breakthroughs in this, because I'm not that kind of guy. But
guys,
something I really appreciate about the program,
yeah,
and what the two of you do and bring to the table. So, but let's get the marketing out of the way, and then we'll talk about that.
So we hear this over, and this is all playing right into what you're saying, Ron. We hear this over and over from our students that they came for a marketing plan and got so much more. And our fourth point, can I give the meta? The fourth point is the thing that actually gets the fastest results, why we get the fastest results for our students in the industry. And it is mindset.
Thank you, Ron. It was like perfect.
Yeah. Why don't you throw the question at us, and we'll
so the question, it's from Alicio, who's a good friend of mine. And I've got an interview on with him on the YouTube channel that is very helpful. So you might want to check that out. But the question is, what's the best mindset to have to begin my business? Is it trying to focus on problem solving or new business cash flow? What if I need to live off my profits? But I think that's really kind of a little bit deeper answer to that for me, because it goes to, mindset and manifestation and, it's what you want. That's what you're going to get. If I'm saying that right, yeah. What you set your mind on is what you're going to get. But I'll let you guys explain that or answer that a little better.
So I pulled up the text version of the question because I process better reading. So a few things, and then we'll go to a 30,000 foot view. Is it trying to focus on solving a problem? No. New business cash flow, not exactly. What if I need to live off of my profits? Yeah, that's going to be the more constraints you have, whether it's budget or time, budgeting period. So like time or money, right? The more creative you're going to have to be, and the more this mindset piece and having the right outlook becomes critical. But I don't know that we could give one mindset to have. As far as what you should be focusing on, Ron kind of touched on it, knowing what you want and then focusing on what you want instead of the lack of it. Okay. The mindset is feel free to jump in, but mindset is a big topic, and there's a lot of advice out there. And what we've done is taken the challenges that we've seen in our community and applied mindset tools that we've personally used that are extremely helpful and successful to the home care industry specifically, and the challenges that our people go through. So I don't want to drag us down into the mud on any one, it's not mud, drag us down a rabbit hole into any one specific tool, but it is truly the mindset, understanding why, how to manifest. Okay, so I'll just go there for a second. A lot of people think manifesting is just garbage, doesn't work, whether they have dismissed it without trying it or they've tried it and it didn't work for them. There's two very specific reasons. Okay. One of them, as Ron brought up in one of our calls, is that they thought they were going to sit on their bed, think about money, and then open their eyes and find themselves bathing in it. So they're not taking aligned action. And the other is you're not doing it right because you're focusing on the lack of what the lack rather than the actual desire. And there are a lot of really beautiful tools to kind of shift you there and to not kind of shift you there, but to help you keep your focus and mindset in the right place. Backing away from theory for a second, I just want to share with anybody who may be going, I don't know, or wondering, of all of our private students, the ones who have jumped into the mindset and manifestation pieces the soonest and been the most consistent, they're getting absolutely the fastest results with all the tools. You need the tools. You've got to have them. But without the proper mindset, it's like anything. It's like not knowing how to drive a car. You can get in a Lamborghini, but the thing is not only not going to go fast, it's not going to go anywhere or the direction you want it, or it's going to hit the wall, go backwards when you wanted it to go forward. My thoughts sometimes, especially on topics I'm super passionate about, like this one, they can come out and be all over the place. I'd love if there's anything you want to provide or help, like put some structures to that.
So it's interesting because okay, let me take Nakia's read it and see if this is where I was gonna go. Nakia says, being open-minded and positive about what is needed and understanding that things are not going to go as expected and knowing it's hard but worth it as well as rewarding, staying focused on the end goal. So there are awesome elements, Nakia, in your belief system and your mindset there. There are also things that could be tweaked, okay? So like my take on it, the point of this bonus point here is just to explain what it is that exactly helps some of our students like plow through or just get really, really fast and incredible results. So we gave the example of Jessica, who 10 days in got her first call back from and then first like dinner set with like the one she was eyeing, like her best like referral source that she contacted. She got a lead, like a private pay lead in her dream area out of the blue. Like she never had anyone contact out of the blue, right? Synchronicity hint. So, and then third thing was also 3 candidates in 24 hours. All of this, by the way, happened in 24 hours. So within 10 days, all of this amazing stuff happened in 24 hours. So we were working this morning on like how to process all of that, how to go about everything. Michelle, in the matter of 6 weeks, and she's been around for a while, you guys, and she already like painfully tried to
You say a while. We're talking. She's had her business for years.
For like about a dozen years.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and she recruited a marketing company that kind of got her private pay clients, but they were kind of leftovers from franchises that didn't want them because they were below the minimum. So mostly they were not long shifts. And so she went from that and then doing really slow progress and actually really considering shutting down the entire business to, in the matter of 6 weeks, she retired all of the Medicaid and low paying clients and asshole clients. It's true. There were a lot of not good clients to private pay, really graceful and amazing to service clients. So that's what happened. And in the matter of 6 weeks, and it was funny because it was like, we were working on beliefs and mindset, and it was super personal and close. We didn't see anything for 2 weeks, and then Michelle, like the volcano, started erupting. It was incredible, and so she's keeping on her momentum. And so Melly,
I love Michelle's story. I love Michelle's story and love her. She was started in my group, that my mastermind cohort with you guys, and when she started and I started too, we were both in kind of different places, obviously, because I just started. She'd been in the business a while, but I could see it on her face that she was tired and pretty much done, and like she didn't say it, but like this was the last shot. And then, as you know, you say 6 weeks, but it seems like it wasn't that long. Doesn't feel like it was that long. It was couple of weeks. You could see it in her face. You could see the change from week to week.
That's
true.
And yeah, I love her success story.
Yes. And so you guys, so really it's awesome to have the tools, to have the strategy and the tools and all the material stuff. It's really good for your mind to think that you do have, you do have these earthly stuff, the materialistic stuff. So we do provide that, obviously, and we did our due diligence and everything. But really, you're wanting a different type of life and business results, and that cannot come from the same person that you currently are. So if you want different results for your business and your life, there's going to be discomfort and changes within you. And so this is where the mindset piece come in. And I absolutely love when you offer, like, according to people's resonance, you have like, oh, okay, this hasn't like worked quite like that. How about this? And then tweaking, and because sometimes I give a tool, but it's working for me at a stage, and Tyler has a plethora of tools at other stages. And so we have practices, like a couple of practices that we want our people to do on a consistent, like daily or almost daily basis, and others, like for example, when you are feeling overwhelmed or feeling challenged by your own beliefs, we have the focus wheel, we have the portable sanctuary, which we need to send that to you, Ron, as well. The portable sanctuary is awesome. Like I used it a few times. Like, you have 5 minutes to actually change your mood, and it works. So I'm super excited that we share that with you.
Awesome.
So these are the tools, because you're going to attract a reflection and a mirror of what's inside of you.
Yes.
So we want to curate that. We want to like have a nice inventory, and then like make sure that the voice in your head is telling you like really nice, sweet, super friendly and loving stories. Okay. And we're not silencing anything. We, like Tyler was talking to Millie yesterday, no toxic positivity either. All emotions have their place, okay? And we guide to have our people, go through everything, all of these emotions. It's quite insidious, you guys. Some of the things you're like, I'm gonna ignore that because like this is not helpful. I don't see how this can help my business, and it's actually going underneath and sabotaging in other ways. It's showing up. Whatever you're going through and that's displeasing, it's showing up in other ways. You have to deal with it. And we suggest that you have a guide to help you with that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say this last thing I would offer on this for now. Nisha says, "Wow." Not only are you mentioned that you're going to attract what you are. Let's look at it this way too. Your business right now is a direct reflection of you and who you are in your inner world. And there are likely things that you've learned and patterns that you've learned or ways in dealing with the world that are reflecting in your business, whether it's through your caregivers, your marketing, because you have put yourself out there and the way you show up, the way you talk to people on the phone, and then other things. Your business right now is a reflection of you right now. And if it's not where you want it to be, this is why the mindset work is the ultimate key to getting you where you need to be. Because even with the right tools, you're going to continue to attract and put in things to your business that are not giving you the results that you want. So,
yeah, I agree 100%. Because let's say you do all the tangible things, and somebody calls you, say a hospice company calls you back, and you're in, your constant, usual, nasty, miserable mood. Well, you're not going to have as good of a chance connecting with that person and turning them into a partner as if, you've gotten all of that mindset out of the way, gotten a new mindset in, and you're just a better person, better at what you do, better business person. I posted a clip yesterday of a clip from a speech from Eric Thomas that I at a conference that I attended a couple of months ago or last month that kind of hits that perfect. He says, stop thinking average, stop feeling sorry for yourself, go out and, do what needs to be done. And that's part of what your coaching, mindset coaching, has helped me do, even though I thought I was pretty good at it. And I'd been, really working hard the last probably 10 years to get the toxicity and negativity out of my life and out of my mind. But I've taken, 10 years and in the last 6 months since I met you guys, jumped another, 8 or 10 years ahead. So, and that's really important, I think.
yeah.
Oh my God.
So, okay. Well, anything else, guys, before we wrap it up? We're a little bit over an hour now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love the personal share. I had the same thing where literally it was about 10 years, and then I got into the right community with the right mentor for me.
Yes.
And everything unlocked, and
Yes.
I had the same jump.
No, I think
you want to share.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to share?
No, Ron. So we can conclude.
Okay. Well, if people want to learn more or get more information from you, and I know you're always willing to help. You've got a great free group, an even better paid group. How can people get a hold of you?
Absolutely.
We created a nice vanity URL so you guys can get on the chat. So do you want to type it here, Tyler?
Yeah, we can drop it in the chat. I will say, we've got our group. You can reach out to Ron or us if you want to be a part of that. We have made a way, if you want our help, you can reach out directly to us. So it's
Okay, yes. So it's true. So we do have a few resources that we mentioned throughout the interview. We saw Eliseo asking questions about what to say to, or how many referral partners you need, or what to say to them. We have all of these trainings inside of our free community. It's called Home Care Marketing Secrets. So we do have a few things that are in there. Go check that.
And that's the free group, by the way. So
it's a free group for sure.
Yeah.
And we also try, like Ron, to be responsive and answer our people's questions.
Yep, and it's a spam-free group.
Oh yeah, we're like
so.
Yeah, same. Perfect. And then, so if you guys want to discuss if we're a good fit to actually work together and that we help you in your business, then this is the link that will take you to the chat to speak to us, or it's going to take you to Tyler. So it's called homecareclientreferrals.com. Thanks for handling your keyboard, your weird keyboard.
I've got an awesome keyboard.
you want to? Are you able to drop a link there in the chat? Oh, there it is.
Yes.
Let me make sure my link works.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
It's awesome. Facebook saying.
Yeah. So this is, if you want to connect directly with us and get some more help, go to homecareclientreferrals.com and we can have a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like me or Tyler, but Tyler put a nice vanity or like shortcut and takes you directly to his chat. And we're going to be taken care of.
Yeah. And we don't really quickly, Ron, if I may.
Sure.
We don't work with everyone. We're not here to pitch you. We'll ask questions, and if we can help, we'll share resources or whatever it is that we think you could use right now in your business. Also, if you have any trouble finding the group, reach out by that with that link, and I can send you there.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I'm going to post a link here to two things. My YouTube channel.
Yes.
I'm sorry. First, the Facebook group. That's a free group. No, nothing for sale in there. That's just really used for new agency owners like myself. Remember, I'm new to this. Okay. I have not reached the level of success that I want yet. So I'm still learning. So it's places for people like me to kind of ask questions and get answers and say, this is what's worked for me. This is not what worked for me. Things like that. And then the YouTube channel, I'm going to put that in here as well, because what that is, and there's not a whole lot of content on there. There's a few videos. I haven't done one in a while, but recording of this interview will be posted on there soon. But that is where I am just simply documenting my journey.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
And
what I've done from start to finish in this business. And so it's not anything that's real regular, but there's videos about, what I'm doing. And you can see me talking about, hey, this is where I bought the keychains. I bought the pins. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Nice.
And Ron documented things that we're now conveying to our mastermind students, like, for example, things that improved the recruiting or the hiring process. So it's awesome tips, you guys, from someone who tried, experimented, and improved things.
Agreed.
Yeah. So actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. There's a video. It's a pretty popular video. Is some of the strategies that I use on Indeed to get people to apply and show up for interviews.
Oh, this is juicy.
Yeah. So that's a big problem. It's not super hard to get people to apply. You just pay Indeed, and they'll get people to click on your ad, but getting them to show up for an interview is a different story. So I've kind of learned a few tricks about how to do that, and I've outlined them in that video. Again, it's free. I'm not making any money off of this. Don't want to. Just want to help other people.
Yes.
Beautiful. And I wanted to just really quick. I'm just getting a few direct messages on my phone. And guys, I've got to get ready and go get my kiddos from school. But if you've messaged me, I will absolutely get back to everyone. So.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right.
Rob, amazing initiative. We appreciate you. So he attended to learn how to be a good strategic partner. You're awesome, Rob.
Nice. Ron, thank you so much for the opportunity and hanging out today.
Yes.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. And we'll hope to we'll see you around. See you in the groups.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely. And happy birthday. Happy
Happy
celebration.
birthday.
Yes.
Oh, yep. It's about time to go celebrate, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Well, thanks, guys.
Thank
Be
you.
sure you grab those links before we sign off here, because they might go away. Otherwise, I might post them in the Facebook group, Home Health Agency Growth. Go there and find more information.
Beautiful.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
I guess.